cousin of Azuma Nelson, from the same tribe as Nelson, Ike Corte, Bentaki, just to name a few. And an interesting story is kids in the Ga tribe, they fight all the time with the parents watching, fight before they eat. And he says once they introduce boxing, that's why many of them from the Ga tribe become professional boxers, because they have that fighting background from when they're little kids.
And there have been some good ones. Azuma Nelson, Ike Corte, as you mentioned, David Cote, Alfred Cote, and of course contender Bentaki.
Gonzalez with the height advantage and the reach. He was the Mexico City Prospect of the Year last year with those 13 consecutive wins, but against pretty soft competition.
As we like to say, this should be a test for Gonzalez to step up.
Gonzalez with 2 knockouts past 5 rounds. All of Sowah's knockouts have come within the first 6 rounds.
Sowah's going to be doing the pressing, and if he's going to do that, I was just going to say he should go downstairs, take those legs away from the more mobile and the taller Gonzalez.
Well, something that we'll keep our eye on if this fight goes into the later rounds. Sowah went 12 rounds in his last fight. He had a 12-round draw with Alberto Antaveras. Gonzalez, on the other hand, has never been past 8 rounds.
It's one thing to press, as Sowah's trying to do. It's another thing to press effectively. Not to come straight in where you get caught with the taller Gonzalez on the way in. And Sowah needs to start cutting that ring down, not following Gonzalez around in a circle.
We'll keep our eye on the jab numbers. If the taller Gonzalez uses his jab to keep Sowah from charging in. Saul Avilar, Joe Carnicelli had the controls of Common Box tonight. Left hand from Gonzalez. Low left, to the left to the side of the face of Sowah.
There are 2 windows of offensive opportunity for Gonzalez in this fight. One is when he uses his jab and keeps the shorter Sowah at the end of it. Catches him before he comes in that front door like he's doing there. The other is when Sowah attacks with those wide punches. Gonzalez can throw something straight inside one of those hooks, Bob.
Final seconds of the first round between Johnny Gonzalez and Ablorh Sowah. Sowah has Gonzalez on a bit of a retreat. At stake, the vacant NABF bantamweight crown. There's round 1 in the book, scheduled for 12. Well, coming up in our main event tonight, the IBF Junior Middleweight Eliminator between Bronco McCart and Alex Bunima here on Friday Night Fights, presented by Miller High Life. Glad you can join us from Temecula, California. Bob Hopper along with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, when you look at Bronco McCart and Alex Bunima, these are 2 guys that are not going to stand there for a portrait. They both like to press the fight. We know that Bunima is going to press the fight. Does Bronco McCart try something different and try to box, or does he press the fight as well?
It's a good question. That is the strength of Mr. Bronco McCart. Very versatile, very well-rounded. He can box, he can fight inside. There's no doubt he can fight inside with Bunima. But his strength in this fight is to box on the outside. He's taller, he can do that better, and it gives him an edge over Bunima. So it comes down to who gets their way, who gets their style to be forced into this fight.
And Bronco McCart is a southpaw. Bunima will have to deal with that when the main event takes place. Round number 2 underway for Johnny Gonzalez and Ablorh Sowah for the NABF bantamweight title. In round 1, Gonzalez threw 31 more punches, landed 15 more. Gonzalez 6 of 43 in the jab category in that first round.
We may find out tonight, excuse me, Bob, whether or not Gonzalez's record with his 13 wins, 11 knockouts, if that's indicative of power, or, as you said, that low win percentage of his combined opponents.
All but one of his pro bouts have been in Mexico. The only other time he fought in the United States, July of this year. Knocked out Juan Torres in the 4th round. Torres with a 6-33 record.
The pressure in this fight is on the shorter man, Sowah. He has to take all the chances, while the taller, more mobile Gonzalez can stay outside and take advantage of the gambling of Sowah.
We asked Sanchez about his style. He said that he would love to pattern himself after Salvador Sanchez. He admired his skills. Started with the jab, shot the right hand, and went to the body, did Gonzalez. Gonzalez is trained by his father, Miguel Angel Gonzalez. Not the boxer, but his father had visa problems and could not come. So Enrique Gonzalez, no relation, is the trainer, but he works with Johnny as well in Mexico City. A little low, but a nice combination to the body by Gonzalez.
A couple of the obvious things that Sowah, who's not only shorter, he's slower, more one-dimensional. In other words, he's predictable. Some of the things he needs to do, I believe, to be more effective early in his fight is to work his way in behind the jab, Bob. Because when he just walks in pressing, he allows Gonzalez to pot shot.
Johnny Gonzalez controlling the action from the outside with crisper punches.
Who do you think is the best club on the planet? Is it Real Madrid or Manchester United? How about Boca Juniors or Juventus? Want to find out? Log on to espn.com every weekend for ESPN's World Club Top 25 ranking.
From Temecula, California, located about an hour north of San Diego. Teddy, some good action by Gonzalez in round 2.
Using your height here, you can hit the shorter man before he can get into his punching range. And that's exactly what Gonzalez does with the lead right hand.
Round 3.
Round 3 underway. Remember, this is for the vacant NA